Yeah, so this is still a twin flame read. So, like I said, like, we're in your country and, you're not trying to do that for free. I mean, like, come on, bro. But yeah, he just was like, oh, they were talking 101. I didn't think anything of it. I don't even know. Like, he just told me that they had a conversation. They said that the conversation was boring. I believed him. But, now that everything has transpired here and you went back to the old job and you're like, oh yeah, there's nothing at it. And I even confronted him. I said, hey, like, are you going back to this old job so that way you can see her? Because I'm like, we can go back to my job, but at the same time, I didn't want him at my job because my old job, because like that's my reputation, and it's like honestly, it kind of makes sense here. You know what I'm saying? Because of because of what he was doing at her job, he wasn't really doing anything, and I'm like, at my job, like we do things, okay? Like we don't do nothing, like we do things. It's for real, and it kind of like I think it also represents like if that's supposedly remind you of your mom, like I think it also like supposedly like your mom doesn't do shit. Or your family, or your mom. We're just gonna talk about his mom because his mom really came for me in that kind of way, bro. Okay, but like your mom doesn't really do shit, and honestly, you just like a girl who you could walk all over. Basically be a deadbeat dude. You know, so and that speaks to a lot of volumes here, and I also feel like that's disrespectful for the man she's with as well. You know what I'm saying? Because like, is your man treating you? Is this dude treating you worse? Okay, because it's like the things that how you were acting. It seems like you know how to act. You know. So, but anywho's, yeah, he was saying like she didn't want to disagree with my ideas. Like she didn't want to disagree with my ideas. You know. And so, like, I was like, okay, cool. And I did feel the type of way because I'm like, okay, well, all I do is disagree with your idea. So it's like, is that a problem? Like, because it's like, it makes you a better man. And it was making him a better man. It really was. He was definitely like thinking on his own. I didn't have to teach him. I'm telling you, bro, it was working. But his mother, she didn't like that he was getting smarter. She didn't like that. I'm telling you, his lifestyle was looking a lot like his other side of the family, his cousins and stuff like that. And I'm just like, it's ridiculous how your mom, like, doesn't, like, you see that and you just want your mom to love you. And it's like, honestly, that will never happen. Even if she was to try hard, even if she was to try now, it's not going to happen because I just know your mom. Your mom is wired. She can't even leave her mother's home. She's been there for years and years. She's so used to using people, like, that is her thing. And if honestly, if that other girl, that ex best friend, reminds you of your mom a lot, like, and that's why you kept vibing, kept doing things with her, like, it's just like that was something real sad. That you can see, like he had a little bit of faith or something like that in his eyes, and I'm like, I don't get it with you, like, I really don't get it. And she's just like, like a kid, like, yeah, like follow along, like, and I'm just like, wow, like that's very, very impactful. It hurts my feelings because I'm emotionally invested into it, but like when you look at it from non-emotions, it's like that's very hurtful, and it's sad that I keep trying to tell his mom, like when I was there and when he left, I was like, you're a bad mom. I didn't say you're a bad mom, but I was like, you don't see that you're raising your child right. And all she kept doing is just sitting there, and the mother, she just kept sitting there looking at me like, what are you talking about? And it's like, what do you mean what I'm talking about? He said he's doing just fine, but I'm like, yo, I don't think you understand. Like, I'm literally telling you, like, when I come in the scene, bro, like, people do different things. They're no longer in this, like, oh, I'm gonna fake it till I make it. I'm not faking it. Like, I really know how to do things, man. So, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's different. You can tell in the atmosphere. So, yeah, but I mean, like, it's just different, and I was just like, that's really interesting here, and I think maybe that's why I probably got beat. That's why I got dragged because I was disagreeing with his ideas, and I said, hey, like, listen, I don't like how this is going, so we're just gonna do it this way. If you want to throw a hissy fit or tantrum, I'm gonna step aside too because I'm getting pissed off because you're not cooperating with me. You're not understanding me. You're hot headed. I'm hot headed. So I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna play my game, and that's it. And then when it's time for us to talk, we'll talk because we can't be doing that when his mom, his grandmother's there. We can't be yelling stuff like that, like I was when we were not living together. We can't be doing that. So we have to speak very calmly. But he wanna like hit the wall and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, wow, you telling? I'm like, you need to relax because it's not that serious. Just talk. You're getting frustrated because you can't use your words. Use your words. I'm upset. You're not listening. Well, I'm upset as well. It's not that hard. Walk away, and then you know what? If you really want to fix it, then come back and be like, listen, I was being hard headed. I was being angry, and it does work. But you know what? We were separated. But this twin flame, though, it seems like this is what you guys are leaving. Because for me, I still feel like I'm, like, you know, attached to it, because I'm like, is, like, if I feel like if I was to leave this alone, is this going to be resolved? Because I know how a lot of people work when it's energy. People who are wired that way. If you don't tell them, or if you don't do something, they're going to continue to do it. And the president is not going to do anything about it. What, you're going to lock people up because of their background and use that as an excuse? No. Like, everybody has it too. You have it too as well. So don't be taking like, oh, you know, be upfront and be like, listen, I don't condone that as well. I'm not saying you gotta jump on, you know, social media and be like, oh, I agree with your, you know, your videos and stuff like that. But it's like, I don't condone that as well. And if you see something, say something, like the MTA guys. If you see somebody doing that, be like, listen, do the face and be like, yo, I don't like that. That's her best friend. That's his best friend. That's his brother. That's this, that's that. Don't do that. I don't want to see that. And they feel uncomfortable and they literally get off the train. And it's like, yeah, get off the train. I don't like that. Go somewhere with that. We have the Lovers in reverse here. So it seems like this person has chose you. You and this Gemini, you and your twin flame has chose each other. I guess just now, like, you guys just like, I'm choosing you. I'm choosing you to be with. Maybe you guys both have the same upbringing, or you guys are like it may not be the same situation, but you guys have the same kind of like roots. Okay, when it comes to the ex-best friend and the ex-boyfriend here. Okay, trying to find the Lovers. You have the Queen of Wands here, so I feel like you guys are bringing them together here. You guys are bringing things together here. With the Eight of Cups here, you're showing them, like, listen, this is how you come together, and this is how you remain busy, and this is how you become successful. Okay, because this person left the situation here. They left the situation. And now you guys, and I feel like before, you know, now that this person's leaving, because you left something before they left something. And you guys are in the crowd. You guys are in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are showing this person, oh, how to be famous, how to do this, how to do that. And now this person's like, you know what, you're so right. All right, cool. You know? So this is where we're going to end it. This is a part 2 here, but I didn't finish because I got a phone call. So, and I really wanted to finish that. So, I want to talk about, there's mad cameras in the home where I was at his house. There was mad cameras in the house, bro. And I'm like, bro, there was over like 4 cameras in the home. And I'm like, you want to tell me like, oh, that's acceptable? That's not harassment? Your lawyer's like, oh, that's not harassment. You could do that. And it's like, but that's harassment. One by the door, and you're lying. I'm pretty sure you lied to your lawyer. I'm pretty sure you lied to the judge. And isn't that a crime in a court of law? Like, damn. But anyways, I'm just feeling salty because I'm like, you lied so damn much on paper. Like, it's like you don't even know the chick. You haven't even seen the chick. And how do you know that what she's saying is correct? Because I didn't have a lawyer? Because I didn't have these things? So how do you know she's correct? Why you didn't do a thorough investigation? Like, it's not even on my background, but just like, the situation to see if she's telling the truth or not. Isn't there documents proving that, like, what she's saying out her mouth? Like, I'm just only focusing on what she's saying because I don't really care about the background, your misdemeanors, or you being a criminal jail. I don't really care about that. I'm not talking about that because that's the past. That's not my problem. My problem is what you're saying right now. Are you lying? Are you lying? Right? Did you or did you not hold that girl's hand? Or did you not, like, walk so close to her to the point where, it almost felt like your penis was going to go on her ass? You know what I'm saying? Or did you not flirt with him when you guys were texting? Or was you pretending? Because you always going head to head with me, but now you're not going head to head with him. So you're pretending. You're trying to seduce him. I really feel like my ex-boyfriend looks like a fool because now he's there and he's like, oh yeah, she really likes me. And I'm like, she doesn't like you. She does it to everybody. Can't you tell? And now she's going to go and be like, oh, you're oh, I'm not really like that. Just to, cover her tracks. But then you don't like how white people are so entitled. You don't like white people's behavior. You don't like the way how their lifestyle is. But then you're going after a guy whose lifestyle is like that. You're a hypocrite and you're lied. And you live in a black community. And so therefore you're racist in some form or way. Cause I'm like, you're a liar, bro. You're a fraud. You lived inside of a black man's home, or you live in a you live in a dark an African American neighborhood. There's a huge difference. Cause for me right now, as I'm tapping into this, I'm like, things don't add up. You can't do that. Like it looked like you were about to snitch or something like that. Like, and then you want to go to this other nationality. You're not even like repping. You're not even trying to be the bridge. You just like, I'm just hopping. So you're not gonna like bring things together. That's like going to a job and just saying everything to this person about like your previous job. And it's like, every job is in competition with each other, but it's a friendly competition. But there's the thing about like, reserving things. Like, if you're not gonna have a sex with all the guys, right? You're gonna like let them touch a little bit, right? But you're not having sex with all of them, right? But if you are, that's your business. I don't know. But I'm just trying to give the example, You don't do that. Like, you don't do stuff like that, That's not cool, because you just being a snitch. Like, you onto something. That's what my thing is, too. Is like, with her, I'm just like, yo, like, you saying, I'm looking at you, and I felt so uncomfortable. They cannot jump on social media and say, I ain't feeling comfortable. I'm like, okay. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, that is your culture. At the end of the day, like, yeah, I don't like the way how my people be moving, but at the end of that's my culture. And it's like kids, I'm going to still keep coming. I'm going to still keep doing, like, what can I do? I'm black, bro. What can I do? All I got to do is lead by example. I just have to not do things like that. I can't do things like that. That's it. I don't like it. But it is what it is. You people are self-entitled, you this and that and third, but you want to be with this nationality? Okay, be with this nationality, supposedly, right? You want to be with this supposedly. And now you want to talk so much shit about like this nationality, but then you want to go be with somebody that's like this nationality. And they talk about they don't hate it, but you're going to be the one to make them fall in love with their nationality? But how though? Oh, it's just a hate and love relationship. How is it a hate and love relationship? You dead asses in a whole community. You made a whole freaking world with this. And now what? And I'm telling you that they racist and his mom is this a certain way. So you're going to jump in and be like, oh, I'm going to be the bridge. But wasn't even treating me right. So how you have no proof. You have no evidence. You had it in the past. And you didn't prove anything. So now you're going to go back and be the bridge? But the dude is like, that's his nationality too. So what's going on? Like, something's not adding up here, buddy. Because if she leaving an African American dude to get with somebody that's half of his culture, like, how you think you gonna be? Because I'm pretty sure the way how she played his, the same thing how he gonna play you. You went back to the chick job, bro, thinking that this chick loves you because she gave you a job, and I didn't give you my job because you don't work, you don't do nothing. Literally, I'm working at the same job. He always in the back, and we get paid the same amount, and I'm doing all the work. I come bring you, and I'm like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? You getting your attitude. Like, come on, bro. I'm like, come on. I'm doing too much. I can never do too much, bro. After what your mother put me through, after you driving across the living room floor, and after what you did to me with that little chick, bro. All of y'all frauds up in that, bro. Up on that joint. Never. Could never. Cameras and no, I'm telling you, there was over 4 cameras, one by the bathroom, kitchen, living room, all that stuff, bro. Like, I'm going to jail, I'm going to prison, bro. And you want to say, like, well, they could do that because it's not harassment. That's the house that they live. It wasn't even a house, bro. They could do that, but that's harassment. But that's America, though, right? That's America, though, right? You love America. But the cameras wasn't there. So I know you guys are asking, like, so was the cameras there before? No, it was not. The dude stayed there for one night, because I had to call the cops to get in there. It was cold. I was there for hours, bro. The dude left, because he left, because he was, what type of time he was on. And the cameras there. He's like, nah, I'm not staying there. I'm like, where you going? Where you going? Because you damn sure ain't in the shelter. And if they did a thermal background, they would have saw that he's not in the shelter. Nobody's in the shelter, bro. So it doesn't really matter, bro. So I'm like, why do you have lawyers? Why do you have all this? Why are you going so hard? That's why I think they don't really put people in jail. And thank God, I don't believe in that stuff. But it's like, if you want to handle some type of business and you're not going to follow everything, then like, handle it my way. Because that shit right there, with you lying in front of the court of law and everything, I'm like, bro, like, that's an easy win. If you're gonna believe everything that comes out of that joint's mouth, like, then okay, cool. Then there's no justice. There's no system. That's it. I don't even know how you, like, aren't you supposed to investigate? Because I'm like, yo, the chick lied about something on paper, and I was like, yo, this is so obvious that the chick is lying. Did you look in the background? Did you look at, like, her lease and what's in the home? She lied about one thing. I was like, bro, if she lying about this, then what else is she lying about? I'm like, that shit is mad obvious, bro, and you still, like, pass that over? That's a simple mistake. But you're a lawyer, though, and the judge saw it too. So, like, you both wasn't, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, something not adding up, bro. Like, and I'm like, this is racist. This is some racist shit, bro. Or do you so comfortable that they so white, you know, that you're not trying to investigate? But the minute it's a black person, oh, you know, I'm thoroughly investigating. Get the fuck out of here, America. God bless America in that kind of way. You want to talk about, like, oh, you want African Americans to be in the army. You want African Americans. You want people of darker skin complexion to work for your company, work for your world. When my ancestors, our ancestors built the founder, but your fucking white people or people who are of light skin color or people who move that way, they get to be on the podium and have all these lawyers not thoroughly investigate. They get to be in the homes and stuff, not really pay their taxes. Get away with everything. But African Americans, the minute we get up there, you want to think, oh, you didn't pay your taxes, you got misdemeanors, you got this, you got criminal, all this extra stuff. Bro. And I gotta train my kids to be as clean as motherfucking possible. So that way, the looks by my child, comparing your child, your light skinned child, your Caucasian child to my child, it's just like it's comparable. It's easy. But my child has a clean record. But while that Caucasian, right, this is like some great. But my opponent says, you know what I'm saying? But while that Caucasian kid has a background, misdemeanors, and all this stuff, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. That's exactly how it is. It's okay. And if you raise by white people, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care that if I live with white people, I don't care. Because I'm like, that's so unfair. Like, there's other people that is in the street, they'll give you a certain look and be like, oh, you know what? You know, it is what it is. It's like, no, it is what it is. It's not what it is what it is. When you walk, when you see a white person, or when you see a Caucasian, or when you see somebody who's light skinned or something like that, you better put your head up high, regardless of the shits like that. Because when you look at their background, it's the same background, honey. You went a criminal, you went to jail, all that is the same background. That's why I'm like, it's impossible for you to not see it's impossible for you to see that this person is just like you. Why are you seeing color so much? Why is color so much like a thing? I swear to God, I look at you and I'm like, okay, cool, like, you're just like me. I'm like, you're just like a person. But the minute, like, we look at, like, who have more resources and stuff like that, not me, you do. But it's just because of your color. But I'm like, bro, does it not make sense to you? Like, you were slaves. I mean, I was slaves. I built the family. Why you not moving, bro? I mean, they do move. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, like, the way how when things get serious, and yo, I swear to God, recently I saw this chick, bro. She was so entitled. You could tell you could tell the chick was entitled for her white privilegeness. I swear to God. And I'm like, yo, honestly, girl, you better relax with that shit, bro. Because you about to, like, I'm not sounding a threat, but it's like, you need to relax. Because this is very touchy subject, you know what I'm saying? Like, relax. Just be nice and be fair. Why are you feeling so, America gonna protect you? What happens if that's not there? Well, you gonna suck up to everybody else and be like, oh, I'm sorry. Ain't nobody saying, no, bro. You a weed. That's why you need to be kind and nice to everybody. Like, I don't care, bro. So I'm kind of nice to kids. I sound Caucasian, Spanish. And that's why I said I don't like your behavior. I don't like your attitude. And once all you guys start flocking like that, I don't like you. I don't like you. Not because of your color, because of your behavior. Like, bro, it's not that hard, bro. Like, a situation I went through recently, bro, they all started flocking the same. Like, they was like freaking, I was like, yo, honestly, like, honestly, like, I use my words and we gotta pass the situation, but like, dead ass though, I was like, like, you know, like, like, I use my words though. It's like, yo, my mans, I don't even know you. Like, what happened? Why you flocking like this? You don't even know English like that, bro. How you understanding? That's why I'm like, yo, you going real hard. Did you practice this in the mirror or something like that? No shade, but it's like, damn, bro, like, for real. Like, come on, bro. I was really real because I was like, bro, you was lying. I know you lying. I know you lying, bro. But for real, on some real stuff, bro, like, I feel like this twin flame person, this person, like, that's coming in, they've been through this. They went through it. Because all I see, like, before, like, they come in, all I see is, like, a lot of agitation. And all these cards are in reverse. We have the Eight of Cups and Seven of Wands. Then we had, I think, the Knight of Wands, okay, in reverse. What was it? There was also the Seven of Swords in reverse here. There's a Four of Cups. Those are all cards of like I had enough, or like I'm tired, I'm bored, I don't want to be a playboy. I think it's pretty much the same thing. Like it's always the laces. The Wheel of Fortune was up right here, and the Ten of Cups is in reverse. There was a delay in the past here. It's like a lot of uphill. They be like, oh, it's gonna be an uphill battle. No, it's an uphill battle because of the people, not the world. Because I'm pretty sure if you was famous and everything, and there was no people, you would have been straight on the path of famous, on being famous here. Like, unless you got to train, then okay, cool. But it's like, what you training for if you got it? Like, it's the people. Like I always say, life isn't hard. It's the people that make it hard. The bugs don't be coming up in them joints, coming up in our world and be like, hey, I don't like you, so I'm just gonna bug you, like flies. You know what I'm saying? But they like our oxygen and stuff like that. The carbon dioxide, I should say. But like that's how it is, bro. And honestly, I feel like, and I don't like, sometimes, like, I don't like people on the podium because I'm like, bro, like, I'm not telling you to do something in terms of, like, do a thorough investigation. Because at the end of the day, like, honestly, everybody's background is the way it is because of their upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Generations. Like, this is something that's generations. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying for, like, go after people's criminal backgrounds and stuff like that or misdemeanors and shit like that. Like, you're dumb. And that would make me more pissed off because I'm like, you're freaking dumb. Why would you think like going for that? Like, what is that gonna solve in the here and now? How is that gonna solve discrimination or racism? Like, I'm a dead ass though. Like, I went through a discriminative situation with the cops, bro. Dead ass, and they did not know how to solve that shit, bro. I told them, they didn't even tell me, bro. I'm like, how you not tell me? And this is a sensitive topic. The chick was the same nationality too, bro. How you not tell me? They're like, oh, read the background. I'm like, I'm African American. Let's just follow the stereotype. Oh, well, it's not my problem. That you're not even trying to like help me out, bro. And you told me at the last minute, bro. And I'm like, all right, cool. But if I was white, you'd be like, yo, like, if you read this, they'll tell you that, you can get that. And I think they did tell me, why do you remind me all the time, man? Like, I don't know, because you be reminding the white person. But some people I'm not going to lie, they be really dogging the white people for money, man, for real. And I think that's why white people be like, I ain't messing with these people. I'm not messing with the justice system. Because honestly, I have a feeling that they was dogging that chick for money, bro. And I was like, honestly, that's that bitch's karma. Honestly, that's that be karma. Sorry. Because I'm like, how you got money for a lawyer, bro, but you barely eating in the house? Like, I'm like, bro, for real, you barely eating, or you pretending you gonna eat, you gonna put the food out and then you gonna put it back in. I've been living there for quite some time, bro, and honestly, I'm like, I ain't never see you eat, like, any food. Then when I started cooking, she started cooking. I'm like, so, aren't you trying to get me in trouble, or are you trying to, like, because I'm not getting it. Because, or you trying to do this thing where it's like, oh, I'm for you, but you're not really for me. Because I've been there, done that with this ex-best friend and your little son. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's like, what you trying to do? You trying to play mind games with me? And I'm like, BITCH, didn't I tell you stop, like, entertaining me? Stop following me. Then when I'm taking long showers, she won't take long showers. So I'm like, are we Christopher Columbus, yeah? Like, are we Christopher Columbus? Am I teaching you how to be clean more, yeah? Like, bro, what's up with you? I'm like, bro, come on. Like, it's different when it's like, it's family and it's friends and stuff like that. But it's like, I was like, I know you lying, bro. I know you lying. I like that cream cheese, though. Bro. But, like, I know you lying, though. And I was like, Now I wonder why your son like that, bro. Now I wonder why your other son acts like that, too, bro. Bro. Because I'm like, I'll be damned, bro. And I'm like a effing idiot. You the one that comes out with racism and shit like that, bro. Ain't nobody in their right mind came up with that stuff, that shit, man. Like, come on, man. I'm like, yo, I think you low key, because I was, even when he told me the story, and I was like, wait, why your lifestyle don't look like your cousins, bro? And I'm like, I'm questioning myself. I'm like, why am I here, though? Like, I mean, I'm a public assistance baby. Like, I'm a public assistance baby. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, you got this lifestyle. I'm like, what's going on, bro? Like, what's, like, I mean, I'm like, I didn't care, but thankfully I was like, maybe I'm supposed to be with him because, like, I don't really like, I'm not really, like, I like to work hard for myself. Like, everything I have, I work hard for it, and, like, honestly, like, my mom, she bought me stuff, like, because I finished college, I finished high school, and everybody in my family didn't do that. So I was the first one. I was the first one to finish college, and have a degree. I actually have a degree and stuff like that. I really completed it and stuff like that. So I have things, but everything else, that's all mine. I created that with the help of her assistance, but after that, like, that's all mine. That's all mine. I like working for my stuff, and there's nothing that nobody can say, oh, I don't like working. Even at my job, I like working. I like working for everything that I have, bro. I just feel like it makes me feel good as a person, and if I can't, then I'll be like, okay, cool, but I probably won't mess with you, because I'm like, all right, cool, like, especially if you're not a person who, is genuine, it's like, you're gonna let me rock. But, like, bro, that was like, I was like, am I teaching you how to, like, be clean, yeah? Like, Christopher Columbus, yeah? Like, the hooligans, yeah? Like, come on. I was like, yo, and I was like, you know what? And, yo, I'm telling you, like, this chick came out every, like, for 4 or 5 days. And there's proof, unless the camera wasn't catching it, like, there's proof. She came out with, like, 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 I was, like, looking at her, I'm, like, in my head, I'm, like, what is your problem? Like, it didn't trigger me, but I was just, like, cool and collected, because I was, like, cool. And I was, like, I felt like I was just, like, I need to, like, roof over my head, just for the time being right now, because I just need to think and get myself situated. Like, your man just left me. I mean, your man's, I mean, incest, bro. But, like, you look at that. You hear that? You hear that? Confirmation, bro. Bring a ding ding. I'm hearing the call, right? But, like, technically, like, I just, like, but I'm like, what is your problem, bro? I'm like, I don't get, like, how my lifestyle, when I was with your son, like, your son was looking like this. Just like, well, I was given the opportunities, but if you were given the opportunities, doesn't that mean that you were seeing the right lens, the correct lens? Like your other family? Wasn't I teaching you correctly? Wasn't my presence teaching you, like, hey, okay, cool. Like, this is what it takes to be a wife, or this is what it takes to be in a long-term relationship, or have a house. I'm teaching you how to be a better mom just by me being there. I'm not even doing anything. Or when I'm doing it outside of the house, like, I'm talking to him and stuff like that, but I'm not even doing anything. I'm not even telling you what to do. You're just being like, this and that, da, 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 and he's just agreeing with you. Or she's like, get a job, get a this, get a that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, he's not really wanting to do that. I think she also wanted to put him on a lease, but he's like, nah, I don't want to do all that. And I was like, or maybe she wants to do something. I don't know. She wants to do something. I don't know, bro. But that chick is weird, bro. He just looked, I mean, maybe if I wasn't there, if he just started agreeing with her and stuff like that, maybe he would have picked a different girl. You know what I'm saying? Because, like they say, oh, they go, and maybe he would have been with the ex-best friend. But they knew each other, but he gravitated towards me. So I don't understand, like, why me? Why was I, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. And this is what your twin flame was going through, but it doesn't make any sense to me, for real, because I'm like, maybe, like, but I'm like, if you keep saying, and I think maybe he would have convinced her, like, oh, that's not how white people are, white people were really nice, like, yeah, you just got to be fake to them and stuff like that, but you just got to be fake, and that's it, keep it pushing here, but as long as we get to be together. But I'm like, if you don't like each other, then why you guys are together? Is it for money? Because honestly, if I'm getting more money than you, then, like, why can't you be with a black girl? Why is it like, like, it doesn't make any sense. And that's why I'm like, okay, are you being racist? Or are you just trying to keep the culture going? But, like, a culture, it is the way it is because of, like, what was going outside of, like, the what was going outside of the culture here. Usually the way how I see cultures exist, like, Harlem, how the Harlem Renaissance, what's it called? The Harlem, right? The Harlem thing, right? The Renaissance, my culture, the way how it is the way it is because of disasters, because of, like, tension. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, you know what? This is our thing. We're going to come around and we're going to have a ceremony here every time. So that's like, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and all that extra stuff, So why is it that we don't live in a culture like that, where this is why we have diversity. Diversity comes in because we're not dealing with, like, a whole bunch of clashing. So why is it that you need to keep the hut together? That means that there's something still going on in the background, or you're racist. So why is it that you can't be with a black woman? Why is it that, like, you want to be with a white woman here? Or why is it that your mom feels uncomfortable that I'm feels uncomfortable with me here? Why doesn't she not like me? I don't like talking about gossip, right? That's number one. You cannot jump on social media, like I said, and say that. I don't like talking about gossip here. I have all my degrees. This white chick, she doesn't. She lives where she lives. I live what I live. So like, why is it that you feeding off of this white chick than me? That doesn't make any sense. And that's why I'm saying you're racist. You would prefer this, and I damn sure you wouldn't be making these comments if I was a white woman. You know what I'm saying? I love this chicken. You wouldn't be like taking me to court and stuff like that if I was a white woman. And I think that's what we need to focus on. If I was a white woman, would you be doing this now? But now we will never know because this is out on a podium now, and you will never make that mistake because you don't want to look like a fucking racist or a clown and all of the above. We will never know. And I'm not trying to test anything, because usually when I test it, it's like, okay, cool, you know, and it's like, no, don't even touch that shit. Don't touch the fire because you already know. It's not. So that is my, like, I rest my case with that. Because I'm like, bro, that's why I'm like, I don't know what the chick is, but I feel like it's a form of racism. But I'm like, it's something wrong with you. Like, it's something off with you, bro. And I don't think that the way how your sons was acting and not telling you stuff is for no reason. I'm like, yo, honestly, you want to see how it is to be on the street? You want to act ratchet and shit like that? You want to watch ratchet shows? I'll show you ratchet. Get your ass on the street. And let's see if you're going to still act ratchet. And let's see if you understand my side of the story. Right? Because that white chick, that ex-best friend that I was with, I didn't even look at her. I was looking at her colors because I was like, okay, cool. But she was acting mad. I was like, okay, cool. You know, because people put the idea in me where I was like, okay, I act white and I act black. Because I'm a black girl, but I act white, you know. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I was like, this is really myself. But I was like, okay, whatever, you know. So yeah, that's what was going on, bro. I lost my train of thought, to be quite honest, so. But yeah, that's what we really need to look at. I was like, so you need to be on the street and see if you act like that, and see if maybe you'll still be racist here. Or maybe if you still, because I don't know if, because racism, I feel like it happens because, like, I don't know, like, I feel like it's a preference here, but you be taking the preference a little too, like, you know, a little too much, you know, like, or like they'd be like, oh, don't have this person around because she's too pretty, she's too this, and I'm like that, and it's like racism also happens because, you know, of our abilities, natural abilities. We run faster, we don't burn in the sun like them, we could be in the sun more rather than them, but we still have to put sunscreen on. But it's like, who could be in the sun more longer? I'm like, I don't know, bro. And I'm like, you dead ass left though? Like, you just left without a trace and you got a problem with me all of a sudden? What's your problem with me? I'm like, why you keep hitting me? Why you keep doing all this? Why you acting like you don't like me? Like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, what, like, genuinely. And it's like, the more and more his mom kept bonding with him, the more and more he's just like, oh, we don't want you here, da, 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 da. And I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, who are you? And it's like, this is what I'm saying. Like, if your ass was, you're not humbled. You're not humbled here. Because people, I mean, like, I don't understand. My sisters did it to me too, and I was like, yo, honestly, you need to stop with them public assistance stuff, for real. As I said, take all them niggas off public assistance, because you would not be moving like that if you was off the system, or if you didn't have no children, and you didn't have no help. You be working your ass off, and you would be seeing that you don't got time for all these plant mind games and stuff like that. And if every single one of your friends just, like, robbed you, or, like, you know, did things to you here, you'd be like, yo, I don't got time for these mind games here, for real. If you got a problem, you need to go somewhere else. Because right now, I need to be worried about keeping this roof over my head. And especially if I had kids and I got to pay $36,000 if I didn't have no insurance, I gotta be worried about that shit. All these people want to have damn kids, bro. And I'm like, bro, honestly, that's your business. But honestly, like, it's something, I don't know. If your kids ain't coming out right or being politicians and stuff like that, then you ain't doing something right, honey. Because I'm like, ain't none of you guys humble. And you want to take people to court. You want to bomb with this. And I'm like, bro, do you know the definition? This is why I say go to school. Because, you know, yeah, school don't do nothing for you, but it teaches you things and it wires you. That's why I kept telling her while I was there. I said, yo, you need to go back to school. Because this is basic stuff here. Your kid would probably been with a black woman, or your kid would have probably been a white woman and would have did it differently. But you so damn jealous. You want your kid to look like you. And I'm like, why you want your kid to look like you? Like, the same contract that your mother have in that house is what they have as well. So what's the difference? What's the difference? It's ridiculous. It's horrible, bro. Because I'm like, my greatest wish is for you to just be on the street and have no friends, have nobody, bro. And see if you would continue to act like that. And if you do act like that, you'll think twice. You'll think twice. Oh, all right, I'm gonna remain calm, and I didn't even have to go through that. But I think whatever happened to me when I was a little girl, I think that's was something. I don't even think I acted that way. You know, I just think I just knew, like instinctually here, I just knew not to act like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was quiet. I don't remember a lot, but something happened to me when I was younger, and I just don't remember. All I remember is just me being quiet. I was so quiet and so observant. Or maybe I was talking to people, but I remember like I just get flashes, and I remember like I was just so quiet and I was so observant, and there was just so many like things going around with me, going around. That's why I'm like, you need to like be humbled here, honey, because honestly, the shit that you doing, bro, it's not happening, it's not happening, bro. And to think that you're not gonna get no karma here. I don't know why her mom is still letting her live there. And I'm like, yo, you keep having homes and then you want to go after somebody who's going after that vision, but then you want to like break them up. But it's like, what does your other side of the family do? What does your son do? What does your other son do? And now that you have the privilege of knowing what's happening, you want to dismantle it? What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, yo, if that was my daughter, I'm like, bro, yo, honestly, get the fuck out, bro. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. And I'll find somebody else to help me pay with the rent. Or whatever the fuck you guys have. I'm like, get the fuck out, bro. Get out. Because your son didn't tell you everything, but he made it. And the fact that you had everything in front of you, and this is what you do, this is the right, this is the reason why your son didn't do it. I'm like, get the fuck out, bro. You want to come after somebody else's dream, and you, like, what? Get the fuck out, bro. Get out. Get out, get out, get out, get out.